Okay, leave Torgal alone. He's a nice dog, but he will bite. Probably. Anyway, what's up everybody? My name is the Holy Apple. This is 2 Guys 1 Anime. Welcome back to Final Fantasy 16. I'm basically just going to go around the blacksmith and shops very quickly to see if I can buy any good gear, but we're pretty much going to be going straight off and looking... Oh, I'm going to see the side quest as well, and then we're going to go destroy Mother Crystal. Because,
what do you want?
It seems to be what we're doing. Levin Bolt. That sounds really familiar, actually. But anyway, that's the new sword that I can literally make right now, because it's the upgrade version of Flame Tongue, which is the sword I have right now. More stagger, more attack. I will not say no. Thank you very much. And then the next drop down is just... Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrific. Ooh, I did not know I could get these. I must consider getting these. Because Ignition, Will of the Wisps. Storm of Fireballs. Okay, that's interesting. And then Limit Break is just going to make it stronger, I imagine. Which is going to be really useful to get a hold of. But then I can also get Judgment Bowl for armor now. Which looks absolutely incredible. I'm not going to lie, I am tempted to have the 2 lightning bolts. So, Thunderstorm. I might get rid of Power Drive. Even though it hits really hard and it's a single strike, I like the idea of having Judgment Bolt and a Thunderstorm. Because it's basically what Rama is at the end of the day. Aerial Blast was something I wanted for Garuda. Yeah, I think Judgment Bolt is going to be the next one. That's going to be really good to get my hands on. And then with the last 2, I will get Ignition. And I will also... I might as well pick up Will of the Wisps. I'm not sure if I can have them equipped straight away, but we'll find out. Yeah, so it's going to combine into Phoenix. I can't use it for anything else. Judgment Bolt. Yeah, swapping out Power Drive for Judgment Bolt because it looks stronger and looks really cool at the same time. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and arrange this so the hard-hitting ones are square, and then the utility ones are more for triangle. So, Flames of Rebirth, yes, it's the hard-hitting one, but it does mostly restore health, which is what I use it for. Thunderstorm is just heavy damage. Rama is just big damage, so that's why I'm having that. So that's why Judgment Bolt works as well. But as much as I like Rising Flames and ability, I might swap this out for Ignition. Yeah, I won't use Will of Wisps because even though I like it, I like the looks of it, it's not going to have much utility for what I want, really. And swapping it out for Flames of Rebirth just seems like insanity. So, do I swap it? So, yeah, let's have Ignition because what I'm thinking is I've got Rama, which is like the heavy-hitting single shots anyway. I may as well have Phoenix as hard-hitting multi-strikes kind of thing. But yeah, I'll test out Ignition and see if I like it. I should do, because I really like the look of it when I fought Ifrit the first time round. Before I run away, I need to just double check around that there's no other side quests. Of course there's one hidden all the way at the top of the map. Okay, go to grab that first.
Now, Martel. See, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honour of her memory. You hear that, Martel? today's finally the day.
It's bizarre because you never actually think like a tree is going to be that important, or an apple tree for that matter. But like in a world like this, it's like a big thing. I do like the look of the new sword though. It is very similar to the old one that I had, but the handle looks a lot nicer. Is something I'm going to say. I wonder if I can get a zoom on it. It's a bit better with the zoom, yeah. But I'm liking it. It's earned its name Levenbolt, we'll put it that way. But I wonder how far that chain is going to let me evolve. I don't know if it's going to be like an ultimate weapon, so you basically keep upgrading it until it gets to the point where it smells like a stick. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it will come to a point where it's just so powerful that it's just Clive's best weapon. I've not looked into any of that kind of stuff because I don't want to spoil it. But I don't know if they're going to do like what they did with Final Fantasy. Again, bringing up Final Fantasy VII. I think it's because Sid and the High Wind is on my mind at the minute. But yeah, back in Final Fantasy VII, you could basically get different weapons, but the ultimate weapon was from like a really strong boss. I hope they do the same thing, but it could be like Final Fantasy 13, where definitely 13, isn't it, with lightning? I'm pretty sure it is. But Final Fantasy 13, you had to craft the weapons, and there was loads of different variants you could have.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
The things people do for apples, my god. You, apple.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
Of course.
The last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Them old apples.
Yes. It's nice to have something that's like a nice treat. Can I literally just cut through there? I could, but it's pointless. Okay. Ability points. Jesus, okay. I am very tempted to spend some of the gil on these two, the XP and the ability points, because gil itself, I've got an abundance of. I'm on like 40,000 at the minute. I have no need of it. But, yeah, these two would be good. I'd have to I'd sacrifice... I wouldn't really sacrifice any attack, because I've got a new weapon, which basically bumped my attack up anyway, so it's only like gaining 3 attack on my sword, which is... It doesn't matter. And then I'll lose 10 arm, well, 10 defense, which I don't think is too much, because I've got 165, so... I'll tell you what, we'll do it. We'll get ability points, and we'll also get...
I'll find a better price than that.
That. I'm going to have to check my inventory quickly, though, because... Yeah, it's just equipped it to the first one, which I don't need. And then Wages of War. There we go. So now I'm going to have more XP and more ability points, which is exactly what I need. I'll obviously take the XP off when I start getting to... Well, I don't think I will. If I ever hit max level, which I'm assuming is 50. But that'll be really good as a boost. Like, I don't need things to increase my abilities. And the cooldowns aren't a problem really either, so... It's actually a good addition for me. It's actually weird that I've been able to do that in a game, because normally I will use accessories to bump up stats and maybe give me status ailments. Like if a ribbon is in this game that prevents all status ailments, I'm probably going to equip that and get rid of the XP. Or the ability points, depending on which one becomes full first. But always more full. Anyway, here's regards.
Breakers send their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Yes, plant loads of apple trees and we'll just eat apples. 55. I want to know what this renown / reputation is for. It's got to come into play at some point. Displayed in Clive's chambers. Okay, so Clive, I need to go see Clive's chambers. There's a lot of things getting stored in there. I need to know what's actually in there. Because so far we've had it's not the ether, it's the water. Okay. Yeah, like I've had the Chocobo saddle put in there, and now I've got apples put in there. So I kind of want to have a look what's actually in Clive's chambers at this point. Because I feel like there's going to be a load of random stuff at the end. But if there is actually like proper chambers where things are being added to it, I'm assuming we stay here until the end of the game now. That's the only logical thing I can think of anyway. Oh, there are some letters for me as well, and I'm wondering what that chest is, so I will have a look at that in a minute. What's the letters first? A bird by any other name. The White-Winged Wonder. Okay. Forgive my instance on writing these letters, as from Jill anyway. Would that we have to spend more time with each other in person? But if every day we spend together it feels like we're stuff another two apart, okay. I'm glad by your expected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteout Ambrosia? It's the original name, let's stay with it. You told me once how your Chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate, and here, so many years later, we find that she has spent her life doing that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never changed, do they, Clive? Pretty much. To be honest, I'm happy that we got a Chocobo, especially it's the old Chocobo. It's actually like a driven story narrative. Why do I have a small white owl? I have a lot of questions. Right, anyway, so Clive Chambers, apparently, I would expect the baskets of apples to be on there, but maybe not. Oh, Wall of Memories. Okay, so this is literally where everything's going to be, so. The Oath. Created the day Clive pledges oath and allegiance to Cid. Ah! Okay, so it is the crystal that they stabbed the two mini swords into. I've got the apples, and I've also got Ambrosia's Tack, which is the... There's a lot you can get here as collectibles. I suppose it tells you how big the game's actually going to be. I've only done 3. One of them was a story, and then 2 were side missions, so I'm going to hopefully fill that up quite quickly, but we'll wait and see. I need to go deliver the pitch stuff that I got as well to the Boatmaster, and then I'm off to the big wide world. Boatman, I got your stuff.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Yes, we fought some
Just
fly
one way of
traps.
putting it.
Have fun.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse.
Why?
Oh, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Better do. Need it.
So your boat has a name. I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Things you learn on a side quest. Right, that is some more reputation. 65. I still want to know how much. That's 250 ability points. Jesus Christ. A badge of might. So that's, yeah, that's an upgraded badge of what I had earlier. Which is I'm not really bothered by. Because unless I get like more accessory slots, I don't need to put any attack stuff on. Okay, I can't travel anywhere else, so it is literally just going through the maps, I imagine, now, until I get to the port. And then, when I get to the port, I'll be going across the sea to the Mother Crystal. But whether we get there or not, very soon, I don't know.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines. I never. Well, I was gonna say that sounds really
I
grim.
think your mother's reach extends. Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
Possibly.
More than likely. Which is why we
Chocobos.
There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting
Alright, I just need to make sure I can't sprint. Okay.
Amber.
Chocobo, let's go.
Let's go.
We're going to ride.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Okay. Just get me to my destination so much faster. I'm just still one of those things that look like a chocobo, but they ain't chocobos. Let's just attack you for some bizarre reason. Okay. If it's making me dismount, it's got to be a cutscene.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
So what are they here for? Right, why are they here? That's what we need to find out.
Excuse me, but what was all that about?
Yes, let you do the
You
talking.
haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits.
I'm curious as to know who the culprits are, because they could be a good ally.
You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
Okay, apparently we're dull as stones. But yeah, I'm curious who this person is that's been attacking the garrison then. That's not easy to do.
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Yeah, they were.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
But what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
Not something to be admiring, to be
I
honest.
think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't
All right.
notice those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing.
Wow, you are a grumpy
I
old
speak
man.
for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You
Why?
are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger.
Why?
The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Wow.
We shall be on our way.
Well, if that's how it feels, I'll just take down the Empire.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Only one way to find out. Chocobo! I've only just realised she gets a Chocobo as well. Okay, so... Lost Plume. Okay, so I'm going to be going all the way around. I imagine that's got to be, like, blocked off then if you can't go that way.
Run like the wind.
But there's, like, loads of space you can go up there, so I'm curious if there's going to be...
And
Yes.
directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Let me find a boss. Go, Chocobo, go.
We're not alone.
Oh, it's these things again.
Auditory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them?
I don't know. I just stopped caring.
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Ah, Black Shields. Okay, I will dismount for the... Never mind, I'll just kill him with the Chocobo. Attack, Chocobo, go! Oh, this is great. It moves so quick as well, so, like, good luck targeting it with an attack. I thought I could cast magic off the top. I can't, I could just do this. I will stomp you until you're dead. Okay, I will actually dismount because it is a bit difficult to kill these. But loads more damage. What does Judgment Bolt do? I mean, I'm pretty just... I'm sure I just incinerated somebody, so... Yeah, that kind of works. Mate, Rama just hits hard. What on earth is that? It's like a chest or something. I'll investigate that when I've dealt with these. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's actually much stronger than I thought it was going to be. Thunderbolt, man. It's just... Rama's abilities are so powerful. Yeah, they are little chests. Ah, more of you guys. Literally one attack and it nearly kills him. I'm not gonna lie, I'm loving Rama. I wonder how strong Bahamut is going to be when I get that. Because I imagine his ultimate ability is going to be Flare. So that's like a signature attack for Bahamut. Garuda. The thing is, if it's an aerial enemy, I'll just use Garuda and I'll like do a combo to hit it away, and then I'll just drag it right back. Just completely stun lock it. Obviously, if it's a big enemy, it's not going to work, but for small enemies, it just ruins them every time. You guys attacking me was the worst thing that could have happened. So much damage, 300 a hit now. I'm looking forward to the point where I'm hitting 1,000 to hit. That's a lot of blood. Bit alarming.
Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
You won't have time to say that again.
I'll show you a true shield
I'll show you a true shield of Rosario. I'll just pile through 6 of them with one ability. Just dominate them at this point. Jesus Christ. Ignition was a really good choice. Okay, you're asking for this. Lightning bolt. Easy peasy. Yeah, I'm gonna max out ignition like so fast. That ability is insane. Level 26. I'm gaining levels quite fast now. I think that's due to the XP thing as well. Like, it's a really big boost. I'm getting quite a few stat points as well on the increase, which is nice too.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Now, he said Guardians of the Flames. Does this mean we're going to find Joshua here? Because he's the only person I think would make sense to be in this area. Whether he is or not, I'm not sure, though. That's something we'll have to figure out, or find out, I should say. Before I go further, I'm just going to check if I can actually level up Ignition, because, my god, that ability is cracked, and I love it. Okay, so I need 525. I'm 60 off, so I will level that up straight away when I get another 60. Because that is such a powerful attack. And I don't need to use it often, which is a really good thing. Goddamn controller thing.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
Okay. I'm liking the idea.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Probably. I imagine we're going to have to rescue the uncle. Because I'm not sure if he would have actually made an effort to save people. Kind of feels like he would.
Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
It's fine, just well, I would say just transform into Ifrit and transform into Shiva and just break through everything. Because the Empire will have nothing that can stop you, if I'm being honest. Yeah, don't go that way, mate. just don't go that way. Is there anything else? Order docks. Yeah, we can't go over that way because that's going to lead... What? I am so confused. Like, yeah, that's the way we came around. But that's like the shortcut. Why couldn't we just take the shortcut? It's probably because we had to go through that route there. But yeah, anyway, so can't go over Biddock's jump, and Biddock's jump connects onto Martha's Rest. Okay, so the world map is actually one big open area. I didn't know that. I thought it was loads of little maps, but no, it's all connected. That's a very nice touch, if being honest. I didn't expect it to all be connected. So, yeah, fair play. I wonder if I can't get the mouse to go anymore, but it might split off into continents. Thinking about it, because if I open the world map, like all these checkpoints that I have are, well, no, it's like it's divided here. If anything, like it's into regions of the world map, because Lost Wing, Northreach, Dragon's Abyss, and that it's not on the map, but like all this is. Like, these 6 are all part of one map. So, maybe it's like quarterly. I've just clicked what the chains are. They're the region dividers. So, you can literally see where the map's cut off. That's actually really smart. I quite like that. Because, like, all these are in this part of the same map. I don't know if there's going to be a map there. It seems kind of pointless if there is. And then all this region is going to be a map by the looks of it. And then I imagine there's going to be all this region as a map. That's a very big region, I'm going to be honest. Like, I didn't expect that to be divided as it is. I don't know if there's going to be like a secret teleport out to one of the outlying islands, though. I want to say, like, for example, the corner island there. I want to say there might be, and there might be like an end game secret boss out there. Because it doesn't seem like there'd be much point in putting the outlying islands around if you couldn't travel to them. The only reason I say that as well is because back in Final Fantasy, I think it was 13.2. There wasn't 13.2. It was 10.2. When you basically take control of Yuna, you have an airship, and that's how you get around. But there are secret coordinates you can put in, and it will unlock hidden islands that you wouldn't otherwise be able to go to, and some of them have secret bosses on them. I would love to see if this game does that as well. Not necessarily the coordinates, but let's say you do so many bounty quests, it unlocks a bounty on one of the outlying islands. Like, that would be really cool to see. Maybe that's how we fight Adamantoids, you never know. This looks like a really rich part of the neighborhood.
What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance.
Can I go through the front gate? I'm not going to be loud, am I?
We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us.
Well, the main gates are locked, I'm going to be honest with you. So yeah, we ain't going into there. Inaccessible. I imagine we might be able to access it later on then. And then there's a place called the Cypress Docks just down here that I'm going to look at quickly. It blows my mind like how big they make their maps.
And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Right, so that's literally a dock. New teleport. We'll never say no to a teleport. There's a lot of people trying to get in here.
My children are starving!
Have mercy!
Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough
Fuck off!
Chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your stall!
Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
It's not going to be abandoned. There's going to be some kind of wild creatures living there. But, yeah, so that answers my question straight off the bat. Are we going to go in there? Answer is yes.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Leave me alone, spiders. I can now magically open gate. R2 again. I don't know why they put that in. So odd. Right, Lazarus districts. It's not as big as I was thinking it was. I will head up this way first, though.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Oh, hello, chest. Still. I seem to be finding a lot of crafting materials and then not having any need to use them, which is a bit of a shame. I hope they would have actually used the crafting materials for something else. Like, if you could, like, have core materials that you use to directly upgrade the weapons into a new weapon, but then have it, like, the +1, 2s, 3s, etc. It's just any material would be well better.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
Make it clear, you guys basically signed your own death wish here. Oh, that is, yeah, this fight is just unfair, I'm afraid. Just no effort in that fight whatsoever. Just throw a judgment bolt, kills half of them straight away. God, I love that attack already.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shield have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We haven't used a potion in so long, like, I think we'll be fine. But, yeah, I'm actually going to do this, and then I'll call the part, because it feels anticlimactic leaving otherwise.
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Ultimately, throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance, Jesus. Depending on Clive's determination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Okay. I assume they're both... Yeah, they're both hot.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
I have the blessing of the Phoenix. I don't need you to say it.
Since they burned their
Chocobo.
first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible.
I'm pretty sure this is just laziness, if I'm being honest.
Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's
Run.
been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Faster!
It didn't want me to run while he was talking. Chocobo, chocobo, chocobo.
Come along now.
Out of the way.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Are you gonna make me get off the chocobo, or am I allowed to just... No, okay. Okay, so I have no idea what happened there, but my recording just, like, stopped, and I don't know if there's, like, a hidden keybind or something like that that it's bound to, but I don't know where that stopped. So if I have caught the boss fight, then you've probably seen the boss fight, but if not, then... I'm sorry, there's not really much I can do. The recording decided just to freak out on me. That's just how it is sometimes, I suppose.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. Besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Well then, that is pretty much where I'm going to leave this. So we're going to have to go back to the hideaway, and then I imagine it's to the port, because a 3-week time skip will take place. But yeah, again, sorry about the recording cut off. I have no idea where it actually cut off, but it's just like the thing that we all risk when we do this. I think the recording is intact, so if it's not, I'm going to be really angry. I think it probably is if I'm showing this, and so anyway. But if you did like the part, remember to leave a like and a comment down below. Obviously, I'll be back next week with more Final Fantasy XVI. This is getting interesting now. I think we are going to go across, probably destroy the Mother Crystal. I think we might end up taking down the Vicereine, I think is what they're calling her. Whether or not she is an Eikon, I doubt it. But there's definitely something going on here that I want to know about. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But that's it for the episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next one.